This is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes, or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
Recording has started.
Hello, and welcome back to another week of the Capes and Lunatics. It's the Venom time. I am Phil.
Oh, no.
It's Venom time. I am Phil. Joining me, as always,
It's Little Hellfire.
that lethal protector.
Maybe.
Oh my. Well, I don't know about the protector part. Anyway, yes, we're here. Venom: The Last Dance. It's in theaters.
Let's see how long it
Takes us how long? What?
to go to DVD.
What, you don't think it'll take the 2 or 3 weeks until Joker to get there?
That might be the record.
Again, this thing's doing better than Joker, right? Because,
Well, I would hope so.
we had a decent crowd in our theater, unlike Joker, where there was like 2 other people in the theater.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Sunday at 12:30, and there was still a decent crowd, so.
I went Thursday midnight, the last show. It was pretty packed, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Still seats empty though.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't.
When I dropped the kids off at 4 on yesterday, I think when I reserved their seats, there were only like 3 other people in the theater, so I don't know.
But yeah, it's over 100 million, isn't it? I believe I saw, was it? Well, I know I saw it did get a boost overseas too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I know it was over 100 million. Oh.
The initial domestic opening was 51 million.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and now right now worldwide we're sitting at 175. Yeah.
So suck it, Joker.
Yeah, I mean international really boosted it. It didn't really do well domestically, so
Yeah.
it was a pretty short movie. I was thankful for that. It was an hour 49 minutes.
Okay, less than 2. Yep.
Yeah, and I was really surprised that they kept it to PG-13.
Yeah.
I was surprised they showed restraint. And I rewatched the first 2, and I think I like this one the best. I think it's going to go 3-1-2 for me.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm trying to remember. I didn't rewatch it, but I think it might be 3-2-1 for me. Because I was going to say, it almost seems to me like they kind of learn something every time and kind of,
I didn't like 2. I'm going to be really honest with you.
What, Woody Harrelson in the wig?
It wasn't that. Like, I don't know. I just don't think they executed Carnage. I think they were trying to do too much. They were trying to set up Null and, like, explain symbiotes and all this other stuff, and it just kind of fell flat for me.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas at least the first one had humor. It had heart. I feel like 2 did feel more like a soulless cash grab than this one did, personally.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because I was going to say, the humor was here, the heart was here.
Plus, this one had more Venom, and let's all be honest, I care more about the symbiote than I do Eddie.
True.
So they gave Venom, the symbiote, a lot of time on screen. They did a lot of cool callbacks to the gags from the first movie. They didn't really reference too much outside of, the mulligan that is the quote-unquote dead man for the second movie. So I feel like they didn't like the second one either.
Yeah.
We got the MCU kind of callback as well.
Oh, yeah, we kind of see that end from
the bartender.
No Way Home, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, let's just get into it. Like I said, I like that it was 110 minutes.
Yep, less than 2 hours. Yes.
Oh, I did not see that the budget was 120 million. Guess Noel's gonna have to it's gonna have to wait. It's a shame nothing's really gonna come of it. That post-credit scene, which we'll get there. It was just kind of weird.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to say. I was like
why would you do that? And this is literally the last Venom movie that Tom Hardy's going to be in, and nobody else can replace it. Basically, Tom Hardy is now in the same position as Hugh Jackman. I don't think anybody else really wants to see Venom as anybody else.
I mean, unless we do. I mean, I didn't know if we're rewrapping this up because we're going to get an MCU Venom at some point, or
I don't think so. I think they're gonna steer clear of that. They're gonna try to do their own little Sinister Six. I don't even know if they can do that because Craven has the Rhino, so it's like, ooh, y'all didn't sum that up. Like, what villains are we gonna be dealing with in the MCU for Spider-Man at that point? I don't really like Spider-Man as an Avenger, so that's not a draw for me. I want to see him in his own movies kicking his own villains' asses. You know?
Yeah, I mean, No Way Home kind of, it seems like we're going to get more solo Spider-Man, so.
I mean, allegedly, 4's editing, allegedly.
Oh, really?
Allegedly. But, Disney has learned the lesson to put out fake spoilers and leaks and stuff, so.
And not tell Tom.
And they have Tom Holland locked down with Zendaya, literally choking him if he even thinks about it.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think they know not to tell Tom Holland anything.
Yeah. I don't know. Also, I'm a big fan of Area 51, the little hippie family. There's a lot of stuff in this movie that was pretty funny.
Oh, I know why this was your favorite, because he bit the heads off those guys who were mean to the dogs. They were dog fighting.
Hello? Yeah, they had more fight scenes than the second movie as well.
Yeah.
So, we really just had two big fight scenes in the second movie, whereas this one, we had one in the beginning, we had one in the middle, we had basically 3 in the end. So, yeah.
The symbiote learning the fun lessons of life, like some of you, yes, drinking, gambling.
Yep. They were in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Miss Chin, she hit the jackpot. Good for her. She doesn't have to go back if she doesn't want to. That little dangerous corner store, it was a nice wrap up for, I wasn't expecting that.
And this is how you do a dance number, Joker.
Exactly. Dancing Queen. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. They got it. They did all right with this one.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And I like the little MacGuffin that they're going so I feel like if they don't have anything else, say Craven flops, which it's gonna. I hate that I had to see that trailer, by the way. They're threatening me with a bad time in December.
I know, I'm like, why is that in December? I guess just to dump the trash off. I don't know.
I mean, usually that's for January, but I think they had to. I think it's gonna do so bad, so they're still able to write it off on their taxes for this year. I think if they release it. Because honestly, I told you why they're putting out these villain movies and stuff. Even if they know it's not good, it's because they have to do a movie every 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, everything goes back to Disney. So no matter what, whether it's good, bad, or ugly, they have to do it.
Yeah, well, we did Venom, so why? I'm surprised that.
Well, they already made it, and like I said, they're definitely writing this on from their taxes. It's giving Batgirl vibes, but they're actually going to have the nerve to release it. But yeah, no, let's start from the beginning, I guess. We kind of open up. They kind of give us, we see Eddie Brock and the Venom, and they're drunk in that bar that we saw in the MCU, and they're still on the run for the murder of Patrick Mulligan. And they're in Mexico, and they see it on the CBS News. I don't know why CBS News is down in Mexico, but okay, I'm not gonna ask no questions. Maybe they have a good satellite provider. Any resort I've ever been has never had good cable, but whatever. And I love how he's like, well, if it's not down here, it's everywhere. Good point. You're getting kind of smart, Venom. I don't know how I feel about that. So yeah, they're like, I guess he mentions his judge that he has some blackmail on that he's gonna try to force to clear his name in New York. So that's kind of the MacGuffin. We're on this road trip from Mexico to New York City, and good luck with that.
Yeah. We're like, I know from the beginning I was like, is it really gonna get to New York?
It would have been nice, but we'll get there at the end. So, we see also, we kind of get, at the very, very beginning of the movie, we get the Null does the introduction. I'm just like, oh, God, they're really cramming this in. They're like, just in case you didn't see 2, because we know the numbers weren't that great. Here's a reminder of what's going to happen in this movie. And, he's talking to the Cinephages about the Codex. And so then after they leave the bar, we see a Xenophage following them, basically. Also, the military.
Of course.
So Rex Strickland, I'm so glad he died.
Oh, Strickland,
I'd never cared for Strickland, so I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're at that site of the soon-to-be decommissioned Area 51. I'm like, first of all, they're never going to decommission Area 51. It's a tourist trap. It's to keep everybody's eyes over there away from the real sites that are in. I won't say, but if you know, you know. They're in the middle of nowhere.
Well, I guess in this movie they were like, okay, we want to look like we're decommissioning.
Because they have the real stuff under Area 51. I'm like, that's not what the government does. But.
Well, again, propaganda. You tell the people, oh yeah, we're keeping this stuff underground. Yeah,
oh, yeah, and like I told you guys, Marvel, even DC, they're all into the military propaganda to stay in business. So it is what it is. I was just like, this happens just to be like kind of like my wheelhouse about like Area 51 and like alien conspiracy theories and the people that kind of like hang out on that little alien highway. So I was like, okay, this is cool. And you know, it's Eddie, and he literally is half alien at this point. So it's kind of cute. I see what you're doing. And they're kind of blowing stuff up, and we kind of meet that scientist lady, and I'm just like, oh, why are we introducing all these new people in a third movie?
Because Anne's not here.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a shame. But you know, I never really expected for her to show up anyway.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, so they're studying all the symbiotes that fall on the Earth, and I'm like, oh, I guess they stole it from the original lab, I guess. Yeah, it's just a lot of plot holes, but they're just trying to wrap it up as fast as they can.
Oh yeah,
you know. So I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna give them that. I'm not gonna be like a picky bitch. And Mulligan revealed, you know, to have survived. Obviously, we see they are like trying to save him, and they inject him with another symbiote. And I'm just like, is that how that works? I'm not sure. I mean, technically, he died in the symbiote, like you know what I mean? Like, doesn't he have a codex too? Like, I don't know. I don't want to think about it too hard.
I know it's so weird. It's like you can't make, because the codex was only from the two combining. I'm like, you can't make another codex anywhere.
Well, okay, so here's my thing. If you know, you know. Like, I think why I actually like this movie is that they actually just went ahead and went full blown. Yes, they're a gay couple.
Who, Venom and Eddie?
Yeah, and their love is what created the codex. Is the subtext to me, and I don't think any other symbiote has fallen in love with their host or have as strong a bond to create a codex as Venom and Eddie have. I think that is the subtext of that.
I can see that.
He does become King in Black for a reason, you know what I mean, in the comics. Like, that's the whole thing. So, like, if you're a real, like, Venom fan, you kind of know, like, the longer the book goes on, the more they have leaned into that whole thing of that, yeah, they're a couple. And when, like, they're in the car with that family and they're talking about, I think you would have made a good dad and all that, like, come on. Super, super, super leaned into it all of it. This was definitely fan service. I think this is like a brand new director, and also Tom Hardy co-wrote the script with the director, which Tom Hardy has always been kind of down for that vibe with Venom and Eddie. So
okay, I
think that's why they really like. Well, it's the last movie. Why not? You know?
Yeah.
So I think that has a lot to do with it. It's a lot of subtext. Like I said, it's a lot of plot holes. They're kind of rushing through a lot of things, but if you know the comics and you know kind of like the fanon of it all, they definitely really heavy into it. I would have been preferred if they were more explicit with it, but you know, they don't want to piss off the dude bros. I get it. And
again, we had a lot to do in an hour and 49 minutes.
I just was wondering why they didn't just go the full 2.
I'm trying to remember.
Did they cut out a lot of scenes to get this down? I want to see the director's cut
maybe.
For sure. This one
was 2 short too. I feel like 2 was short. It might have been. Maybe.
I feel like the first one was like way longer than either one of these.
Yeah, I think 2 was maybe exactly 2 hours or just right under it.
And the first one was rated R, right? And was Carnage rated R? I know the first one was rated R. I'm pretty sure, right?
I don't know. All right. While I'm looking this up, did I see Craven is rated R?
And that's what I thought. I thought it was. I'm like, no way.
First one is PG-13, dear.
Oh. Okay.
And number 2, Let There Be Carnage.
Well, obviously it would be PG-13 too then.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say if the first and third one was, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this could have done being a little rated R. We needed a little bit more gratuitous violence, I feel, to cap this off.
Yeah, and again, I mean, not to sound like D.G. Chichester, but if you have a movie with Carnage, shouldn't it be like rated R?
Damn near NC-17, baby, but you know, think of the profits. I'm like, you actually would have probably made more money. Like, the kids said that there was a couple of crying babies in their theater at 4. So I mean, people were literally taking their kids to see, like babies.
Oh, jeez.
Their poor damaged psyche. I mean, honestly, not too much happened. I think the xenophages would probably be scary for little kids under 3. Yeah, you did have like the people coming out of the back of the head.
Yeah, even the wood chipper effect, but they didn't make it too, like really to get a good shot of that.
I thought the CGI was actually better than anything the MCU's done in the last 5 years, which like just totally floored me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
The xenophages were really cool and scary. I liked it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'll give credit where credit is due. So yeah, we're kind of over there in Area 51, and they're blowing stuff up, and we get to see what's underneath there. And we see Mulligan is alive, and they throw the thing in him, the symbiote in him.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of like trying to talk to him, and then we see Teddy Payne, Dr. Teddy Payne, and I'm just like, Sadie Christmas, and I'm just like, really? Your mom made you? Ugh. Okay, never mind.
We're a Christmas tree because you're. Yeah, I looked up. The character's literal last name is Christmas.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I was just like, oh, this is a little too on the nose, even for Venom, but I'm just gonna let it slide.
Good thing you're hot. Good thing you're hot, baby girl.
Exactly. And so, like, those two are like obsessed with learning everything about the symbiotes and like, their purpose on Earth. And then we kind of go, oh, we found them. Let's go get them. And it's just like, oh, okay. There's not, I mean, it's really a paint by the numbers kind of like setup.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, this is the third movie. You guys had plenty of time. And then, oh my God, they totally told us the timeline too, that it's only been a year since he got the symbiote.
All three movies,
like, no.
Yep, it's been a year. Well, again, the end of 2 and 3. I mean, there's not much time has passed between 2 and 3, so.
Yeah, so I'm just like, damn, that's it. And like, it only like the first movie came out in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like,
6.
Tom Hardy, well worn for just having been a year.
Well, I mean, you could say that.
All I'm gonna say about it.
Well, again, you could say that symbiote sucking nutrients out of them. Well, especially if they're capable.
Yeah, I get it. But yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, thank you for that. I guess world building. You're trying.
Their love was brief, but strong and bright, Lilith.
Yeah, it flamed out. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. We after all that stuff over at Area 51, we get to the fun part. We kind of cut to the airplane, and they're like kind of on the side of the airplane on the outside, headed for New York, and then they get attacked by the xenophage, and so they have to like fall off the plane, and Venom's like the parachute.
Mm-hmm.
He starts explaining what's going on. He's like, "We're in big trouble, bro. We're in big trouble."
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, I did die. You did bring me back to life. I thought I imagined that." It's something that was like so sad to me. Like every time he woke up, he's like, "Hey buddy," and I'm just like, ooh,
"Oh yeah." At the
why
end,
would you do this to us?
But yeah, and then
it's like when you wake up and like your spouse is like on vacation or like something, and you like touch the side of the bed and you're like nothing there. I was just like, "Oh, that's so sad."
And then we get the role, that the xenophage can only track them if they're fully venomed up. So
what's that? I feel like that wasn't really true in the comics, but I haven't read that whole thing in a long time.
I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know.
But it's a MacGuffin.
Yeah.
He starts to say, "I can do this, but I can't do the full thing."
I was like,
oh,
they
got a pill for that.
I was like, oh, budget, huh?
Exactly. Although like I said, they did really let Venom talk a lot. And another thing with Null is like, how dare you cast Andy Serkis as Null, and that's all we got of him?
Yeah.
What a waste of butter. What a waste. Unless we're going to continue the universe from his point of view. I don't see how we could, but
yeah.
Like, what a waste of butter. Like you could have got any Joe Schmo in a motion capture at that point.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe I'm just like, they've just trained me now, but at first when I was heard Null's voice a few times, you know who I thought it was at first? Clancy Brown.
Yes. Initially.
I was like, man, they got me trained now. I hear one of those voices. I think it's Clancy Brown automatically.
I think, yeah, you're just going to flip a coin. Is it Andy Serkis or is it Clancy Brown? Yeah, that's one thing that also burned my goose. So, yeah. So he talks about how the Codex was created and now they're coming to Earth to get it. And then, on top of that, they get ambushed by Strickland and his team. I thought that scene was really cool with them dangling off the ropes. That's pretty cool. Off the
oh wow, you want to chasing him through the river and stuff, yeah. And of course, the Venom chase was the best. He's changing into fish. He's just a little blob. He jumps on a frog. Yeah,
it's pretty cool. He's like, oh crap, I gotta go save him. I can't let him die.
Mm-hmm.
That can solve our problem, but you know.
And right before they go over the waterfall, he fully venoms out, and then he's like, no, it can track us. He's like, don't you die.
Their conversations are so hilarious. Also, they never got to say the proper "we are Venom." It's like, oh, we didn't get the thing. We didn't get a symbol Avengers.
They were practicing when they were killing those dogs.
I know, but we never got the full thing. And I was just like, oh, why tease us if you're not going to actually give us that thing? But yeah, So, they manage to get away, but, a lot of soldiers get killed, so that pisses off Strickland even more.
Mm-hmm.
He sees the Venom face. He's like, what the hell is in there? It's always something in the Marvel Universe, ain't it, Strickland?
Mm-hmm.
So then we kind of see Eddie, poor Eddie. He kept losing his shoe.
Yes.
And
Yes.
as the Supernatural fan, I was like, oh, that poor son of a bitch lost his shoe. And that's a very early season 1, season 2 kind of Supernatural reference. But I was just like, yeah, he kept losing his shoes. I'm like, does he just want to show his feet? Is it like a fetish? I don't know.
Oh my.
Like once, twice, okay, but like 3 times he lost his shoes, letting them dogs hang out. I guess we did pay good money, so.
I mean, it could be. I mean, it's like that meme where it says, remember from dusk till dawn, Quentin Tarantino wrote a role, where Selma Hayek sticks her foot in someone's mouth and pours champagne down, and he put himself in that role.
Exactly. Like, do what you gotta do, baby girl. I ain't even. Why not? It's something I would probably do, to be quite honest.
Oh my!
If you be like a writer and the director, like why not? Then we kind of see Mulligan's new symbiote talking to Strickland about like who Null is and what the Codex is, and he was like, yeah, either Venom or Eddie has to die, and he's like, bet money, it's on site. So yeah, the whole Dr. Teddy Payne thing, though, I was just like, okay, your twin brother died because you held his hand when the lightning struck you?
I'm sorry. I'm not.
Right? I'm like, I should care about this because?
Are you a mutant? How did you live and he died?
And they sensed it in her and she still got the lightning power after. Okay, whatever.
Symbiote gave you abs? What?
Something.
I know. I was like, wait, what? Where did the lightning come from?
Well, the green symbiote that had Mulligan did say we sensed something broken in you, and I'm just like, okay.
The mutant gene?
Really bad foreshadowing, but okay. Yeah, this I think that while it is, I think, like I said, it is definitely probably my favorite of the movies. I think it is a little too simple. I feel like they didn't want to trust the audience, so everything gets.
Or we cut some stuff down and we miss some explanation along the way somewhere.
Yeah, because like honestly, I will give too that they didn't really explain a lot.
No,
this was a straight up like fisticuff movie, which is fine.
Yeah, they fisted us. Yeah.
Yikes. So yeah, they meet the Moon family, and they're these traveling hippies, and they're alien enthusiasts, and they offer him a ride. He's like, we can take you as far as Las Vegas because we're on our way to Area 51. We want to see some aliens, and yikes.
I love, the kids Leaf and Echo, and the symbiote says, oh, that's future therapy.
That's child abuse. Yeah. And the girl's literally like, I don't know how Child Protective Service hasn't taken us away. And I'm thinking, same, sister.
Maybe that's why they hit the road.
Exactly. They're on the run from CPS. That's a whole other side plot. So yeah. That is what it is. So I kind of like the car trip. They're singing and Venom. I could only imagine like having Venom singing in your head and that family singing as well. Like I would have a headache too. Like poor freaking Eddie Brock's had a headache since the start of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Can't catch a break.
Probably still hungover.
He is dehydrated. Feet hurt. All scratched up from the Sonora desert. Going through it, but that was a really cute thing, and I like when they get to Las Vegas. He's like going into the Paris, and they won't let him in because they have a strict dress code. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna leave it alone. And so he goes and so he headbutts the guy that was at the door, and then so he's like going to look for a disguise, and he sees a guy pissing in the alleyway with a suit on, and the guy turns around and pisses on his feet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Couldn't be me.
No.
So he punches him out, takes his suit, and they gamble away their last 20. So yeah, they gamble away their last $20, and like some form of slut magic. They super armor. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
There's this Chin from the freaking store, and she's hit the jackpot. She's a high roller. I did feel like this was a little racist because if you've ever spent any time in a casino, there are a lot of like Asian people, especially like the whales. tend to be Asian. So I was like, I don't know how I feel about that one, but good for her. I like it for the character. I don't know that I like it for any other reason other than it's the character that we know and love.
Yeah.
I found that a little weird. I found that a little too plot point convenient, is too convenient kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they wanted to, have the character in there in some fashion, but yeah, that was...
Yeah. I mean, it kind of sort of makes sense. Like, if you live in the San Francisco area, you go to Lake Tahoe a lot. I know that, but, like, Lake Tahoe is still kind of far. But she's having fun. And I really like the hotel. They show us the really cool penthouse suite for it. And she got that sweet-ass jukebox with the staircase, the spiral staircase for her to twirl down. It's like, when did you guys rehearse this?
I know, I love that.
I love that dance scene. It was really fun. And then Strickland fucks up my fun again.
Mm-hmm.
And they finally get them. They get the symbiote and Eddie separated, and they take them back to the lab. And I was like, when they were putting Venom away or whatever, and she's like lingering, I'm just like, oh, is she already, like, is she a spy? Is she already, like what's the deal here? Like, it was so ominous and obvious. I'm just like, okay.
I think she just felt bad because they were saying, I don't know, the symbiote was not in a good way because being separated from Eddie, so.
Yeah, I'm just like, those scientists have way too much sympathy for those symbiotes. I'm just saying, like, I'm just going to assume aliens, if you know the 3-body problem, you should just assume aliens are not here to fucking help us, okay? I would never assume that, ever. Especially if they have to bond with another person from the planet. Symbiotic equals parasite to me. I'm sorry. That no. That's a no. So these scientists were just like too doe-eyed for me a little bit.
I know. Oh, cute little ink blots. Oh.
So yeah, he's like, the project is canceled and we're getting ready to kill. And Shirley just straight up, like, oh my god, like blew Eddie away, like no hesitation.
I know. Well, he was mad. He's like, oh my god, this is for all my guys you killed.
She's like, damn, like no hesitation. That shit was crazy. And then I was like, oh, we're getting Lady Venom. Oh no, she's okay. Right back into Eddie. Okay, no plot twist. That's fine. That's not how we're gonna continue the series with Lady Venom. That's fine.
Unless they were doing some, they were like, oh look, he's gonna die, and we're gonna continue with the female Venom. Nope.
Pull the rug from under us. So yeah, that whole hallway scene was kind of crazy. And so, like, in order to save him, obviously they have to do the full symbiote bonding thing, and then the xenophage finds them and goes absolutely ape shit through that lab, bro.
Oh yeah,
that was so good. And so yeah, that fight was crazy, and they're releasing the symbiotes, and everybody, it's like Oprah giving away symbiotes. Everybody gets a symbiote. I thought she was gonna give the purple symbiote to Strickland to save him. Nope. They let him die in the acid, and then blew his ass up. Gotta love it. But it's that really cool chase scene with the bike.
Oh yeah,
another reference to the first movie where they're on the bike, but the horse ride in the that kind of made me nervous. I was like, oh, don't eat the horse.
And the hippie family just sneaks in the Area 51, no problem.
Bro, I'm like, that's not, if you've ever seen, like, it's like the wall is way, way, way back, and like you literally, it says shot on sight. Even if they're decommissioning it, they're not gonna have that lax of security. So that, like, the kid who said he didn't want to see aliens is the one that's
it's just a hole in a fence. Yeah.
Okay, you're just asking for it, kiddo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, the family. I thought the family was going to be a one-off thing, and then it's like, oh, they're going to put the family in danger? Okay, sure.
If they climb that tower, then Venom has to save them when it comes crashing down.
Yeah, and then like Dr. Teddy, freaking in her ugly old Bronco Jeep, whatever that thing was, takes them back to their van, and then the dad still comes back and saves Eddie. He's like, sorry, he blew the hell out of that thing, man.
I know, sorry. What about inside?
That was pretty cool.
What about inside the lab? That old security guard guy gets a symbiote, then he gets killed. I'm like, oh, 3 days from. I'm like 3 days from retirement.
You know it. I was like, everybody's a red shirt. And the poor Sadie Christmas girl, she was so sad that she lost her symbiote.
I know.
I'm like, y'all, something's wrong with y'all.
I don't know. I guess neither one of them found a good man.
Well, no, they instantly they were kind of giving too much lesbian vibes. The looks that they were giving.
Oh, maybe they're holding hands.
I already picked up on that from the first time they kind of interacted. So I was just like, okay, one gets to keep keep a symbiote with lightning powers. That's cool.
I know. Like, wait a minute. We got a super speedster symbiote all of a sudden.
Yeah, the symbiotes were kind of they all had to die because that's just too much loose ends laying around, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought that was like the best fight. I thought it was pretty cool. I feel like I could have done like a couple more minutes on the xenophages getting eating some people, but that's fine.
Yeah, I was like, wait, how do we destroy him? Because they were able to put themselves back together. But what? I saw the one they chopped the head off. Do you have to chop the heads off?
You have to chop the heads off, pull the limbs off, and then douse them in it. I'm like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, because how we defeat him in the end. But
yeah, unstoppable to a point. Got to remember, Earth is bad for aliens because of the bacteria in water. I think that literally is like a common thing in science fiction trope. It's like, yeah, you probably did come to the wrong planet.
Oh yeah, that Teddy. She told Strickland. She's like, yeah, because when they were, in the when they were in the chamber, and she tells him, oh no, this is for them, not us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Although symbiotes shouldn't be that susceptible to like our bacteria and germs and stuff, because I mean they have to actually bond with your body. So
yeah, but if they're not bonded, I assume they'd be a little more vulnerable for that.
Probably, yeah.
So it's all above our pay grade.
And I don't know, just the logic of some of this. It's like, okay, so Null couldn't free himself, but he could teleport the xenophages to Earth and around the universe.
Yeah, and like you're gonna destroy the whole universe, but you two live in the universe.
Maybe it's one of those. I'm gonna destroy the universe and build a new one. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of that whole story arc anyway.
Mm-hmm. So
the fact that they're using it here is definitely a ding on it all.
Yeah, I mean, the whole Null thing was weird, especially since this is the last movie.
Like, I feel like this is what the second movie should have been, not Carnage.
Maybe, yeah. And then you build something up in 3, or just have xenophages hunting symbiotes or something,
Yeah, something. I just I've never really been a big fan of the villains in the Venom movies, but it's Marvel, so you don't have that many great villains to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And all the great villains are now anti-heroes technically, so I
was trying to figure out how we defeat these xenophages. I was waiting to hear it's Morbin time.
I was just about to see Craven pop out at the end and like, don't forget my movie December. Shoo!
Once you get on my list.
Yeah. So yeah, they kind of basically just melt them with acid at the end.
The Venom and Eddie separate.
Venom's like, yeah, he's telling them, yeah, we're gonna be like, they realize like they're just gonna keep coming. He's hurt. So Eddie's hurt, so they're in the helicopter. He heals him, and he's telling them, "Hey, yeah, we're gonna be a lethal protector of sorts. That's what this is."
Yeah, because one of them has
and he didn't realize right away. He separates from him and just goes ham.
Yeah, Venom. Yeah, one of them has to die to destroy that codex. So yeah, the symbiote drags all the xenophages through the acid and stuff. And
yeah, he was so sad. He was just looking, and then like when the tendril comes by, and he was gonna tell, he's like, "No, actually, I got another thing I need to do. Sorry, bud." He puts the little door over him, and it was like, oh no. It was giving Indiana Jones in the Crystal Skulls where he's in the refrigerator vibes. It was just like flashbacks.
Goodbye for now.
Oh, it's so sad though.
Mm.
But yeah, so we kind of, like I said, Dr. Teddy bonds with the symbiote to save Sadie from the explosion. And then we kind of see Eddie go unconscious as the base burns. We cut to Eddie, who wakes up in a hospital where some random military official informs him that, like, hey.
Well, that was weird because, like, there was, like, only 1 or 2 scenes where, like, Strickland's talking to, like, some shadowy figure.
Yeah.
And I think it was just that general or whoever, and it's like.
No, I think it was a bigger conspiracy.
Do you?
Because technically he runs. So it's a black. The way that I look at it is that Imperium, because it's underneath Area 51, is a Black Ops situation, and anything that's Black Ops is shady, and they do want to cover up anything that happens. So yeah, I think the General is a part of Imperium itself, and to keep things under wraps, they're giving Eddie what he wants most.
I thought the voice was the same. I thought it was the same guy because I was like, wait a minute, why are we hiding his face for most of the movie, and then it's like someone we don't know.
I think we got a lot of deleted scenes, honestly.
Maybe.
And sometimes it's just a guy in a trench coat in the Marvel Universe, just for the poops and giggles of it. They got to keep that trench coat store in business.
Oh, like the end of Amazing Spider-Man 2? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, it's just like, so when it's Marvel, it's just like, you know, I don't expect too much. I don't. So yeah, he gives him a pardon. Of course, it's like, oh yeah, you're a reporter. You better not breathe a word of this to nobody, stupid. So yeah, he goes to New York to start his life over again, and he goes to the Statue of Liberty to remember Venom. And the thing that pissed me off the most in this movie, how the fuck do you end a superhero movie with memories from Maroon 5? This is not Arrow circa 2016. Maroon 5.
Maybe that's what the symbiote liked. I don't know.
Oh, God. That just pissed me off. Like, Maroon 5.
It was on sale, Lilith. Come on.
Probably. I forget they don't really have the big music budget that Warner Brothers does. Columbia's not really been top 10 in a while, so. But yeah, I was just like, Maroon 5 of all the songs and all the bands in all the world. They do that. I hate that song, so it's like a real, right on the back of my throat. Just,
whoa!
Anyway, so yeah, I did like getting to Statue of Liberty. I'm kind of pissed they didn't put it on the boat. They put it from the opposite side looking out, but whatever. Can't be picky. Cause that's actually not the best view of the Statue of Liberty. So those credit scenes were long as hell, bro. It was like, I feel like it was the longest credits I'd ever sat through my whole life. We got a mid-credit scene and we got a post-credit scene.
I didn't even stay for the post credits, but the mid credits I did. So yeah, no, it's like,
I'm just like,
why?
It's the last movie. We know this. It's literally called The Last Dance. You know, like hello,
and it's like, we destroyed the codex. You're trapped. F you.
Yeah, or is he? You know, it's always a loophole somewhere. So,
no, I know.
So you do you know what the post credit scene is?
Did I see? Was it?
It's the guy from the bar.
Yeah, that was the bartender.
Out of the cave, and then we see a cockroach and viral shedding. A little piece of the symbiote survived.
Oh yeah.
But doesn't that mean the codex survived technically?
I don't know, because is it almost like giving birth? Because I mean that's how we got the Carnage symbiote. Because I don't know. Unless it's supposed to be a whole new... I don't know what the
implications of it are in this universe.
Yes, because I was going to say, he left a piece of himself in the MCU, too, so...
Yeah, and that's why everybody's speculating that there's going to be a Venom in the MCU, but I just don't think Venom works in the MCU that we have right now.
Because I was like, can Noel pop out in the MCU? Because...
I would love for him... Well, no.
If we did it that way, I mean...
We already have inklings of the Silver Surfer, so that means Galactus can't be too far away, so we don't really need Noel and Galactus, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that is Galactus confirmed for Fantastic? I don't know.
I mean, if it's Fantastic Four and we hear rumors of Silver Surfer, it's going to be Galactus. That's just how it is.
Because during
we're going to show you how you use Galactus, stupid.
I'm pretty sure Galactus is coming because during San Diego, I think they did you see that they were doing a drone show for like the Fantastic Four stuff, and they did a big picture of Galactus in the sky. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Better be big. Better be big, and he better be purple.
I mean, we already have one purple alien, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I thought that was just like, okay.
Yeah, I mean...
That's how we end. Another movie that ends with a cockroach. It is fucking weird. Well, I mean, if I had a nickel for every time a superhero movie ended with a shot of a cockroach, I'd only have 2 nickels, but it's weird that it happened twice. That's all I'm saying.
Well, like Dr. Teddy says, they can survive.
Yeah, I know. I was like, ooh, sloppy foreshadowing on that, too. Cheesy Venom has always been cheesy, and they lean into it is what I appreciate. Like, I feel like the last 2 Spider-Mans were a little too self-serious, and that's why it couldn't like just be a truly just enjoyable campy trilogy. Like the suits got scared and they tried to change so much, but Venom has kind of stayed true to itself and embraced the camp that is comic book superhero tropes, and I think this one embraces it the best.
Yeah,
a little too simple, a little too easygoing, but it did what it needed to do.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it, and again, I think it helped that it came out in the same month as Joker. So by comparison, it's like, well, it's no Joker.
It's Shakespeare.
Oh yeah.
Like, oof. Like I said, looking at the budget and where it's probably going to end up, it wouldn't have gotten a 4th movie anyway. Tom Hardy's kind of done with it all. Unless MCU backs the money truck up to him, I would assume. So
yeah.
Which, like I said, these movies never really made $1 billion, so they probably wouldn't be interested in that anyway.
You think maybe as an antagonist for Spider-Man?
You know, I'm gonna say I know a lot of people didn't like freaking Topher Grace being Eddie Brock, but he's like literally the perfect mirror reflection of Tobey Maguire. I mean, the only other person they could have got was Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh yeah.
Because she dated both of them.
Oh.
Anyway.
Oh.
Shout out to Kirsten. It's like, could you date? I was like, might as well just date Elijah Wood just to hit the hat trick of all the guys that look alike in Hollywood. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that they would need somebody to be that mirror reflection for Tom Holland, not necessarily some big weird guy. Just somebody that is a mirror reflection to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that would work. I feel like Tom Holland Spider-Man's way too young to even be thinking about getting a symbiote.
No, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
mean, unless we do a time jump. I mean, when's this movie? When's the next
we really
movie coming
can't
out?
even, like, come on, Tom is gonna look like a baby until he's 50.
Well, true.
So it's like, it's not gonna be believable. Are we gonna move on to Miles before we even get to a symbiote and do some symbiote with Miles? Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know.
Because Tom Holland's aging out fast, man. He's aging out fast.
Oh.
I think this next movie is probably gonna be his last movie, honestly.
Oh, damn.
I know a lot of people, and I know Sony hears it too. A lot of people are wanting that Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst, they're married, maybe they have their spider babies kind of thing going, and allegedly there might be a live action Spider-Verse counterpart, so that's going to be giving them a run. I don't know if they're even allowed to do that technically, but I've been hearing it a lot, so I don't know.
I mean, people want it. Spider-Man.
Like I said, they tricked them when they were like, yeah, sure, you can have Andrew and Toby in No Way Home, no problem. Suckers. Now everybody's clamoring for freaking Amazing Spider-Man 3. They're like, give Andrew Garfield some justice. We want to see what Tobey Maguire Spider-Man's been up to. I'm just thinking there was more chatter about those two than it was Tom. I was like, they okie doked them. They opened that door.
Mm-hmm. Although,
like, there really is still interest.
Although, is there another segment of the population, like the Venom symbiote, it's like, I'm sick of this multiverse shit.
Like I said, it wouldn't even have to be I don't know, they have to lightly touch on it or whatever, but then they could just
do it in the Sonyverse, yeah.
Yeah. Finally have some Sony Spider-Man universe after 15 years? That'd be great. But no, like I said, I liked it. It was fine enough. I give it a solid C+.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's a really average superhero movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
The dialogue is very dumbed down, but it's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably C+. I do know Dave Finn of the Signal of Doom, he said out of 10 it was a 7.5.
Yeah, that's about a C+.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So he agreed. Yeah, and he said he did like it better than the first two. He said he gave the first two 7s and then this last one a 7.5. So
C's get degrees, my friend. What's really funny though is that I did not see a lot of Venom merch. This is my Venom shirt from the first Venom movie.
Oh wow!
I don't even have any Let There Be Carnage merch either. So I found that kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't is there a lot of movie merch? I was saying
no. I mean, they have the action figures. I saw a couple of the action figures. That's about it.
Yeah, because I was gonna say shirts. I think everything I have Venom is the one is the cover of Lethal Protector 1 and stuff. And...
Yeah, it's before the movie even came out. Like I said, this one specifically I know came from the first movie. So I have the T-shirt that matches this too, and then they have just a regular Venom shirt. It's weird that they didn't really push out merch. I think that could have really helped on the back end of it.
Oh, true.
I think they're just tired. I think Sony's just tired of trying. I mean, I think the splits for the merch probably isn't even that much for them technically.
Maybe, yeah.
So yeah, that'll do her. Those are my thoughts. Did we get any feedback?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Like I told you, I got live feedback from Dave Finn. Besides that, I haven't heard anything. I don't know anyone else who's seen it yet.
I mean, I kind of wanted to try to see it with a crowd, and just to gauge reactions and stuff. The people in my showing liked it. The kids thought it was kind of lazy, which I get. I kind of agree with it. Mm-hmm. But still, I've seen worse. Literally this month, I've seen worse.
Yeah, I was gonna say Luca liked it, but then few weeks ago was Joker, I think anything would have been like, oh,
it's
okay.
it's really like this is the comparison to Joker too. It's just really good for this movie right now. But then Craven comes and Sony's back to being a laughing stock. So,
oh boy,
we saying it's Craven time.
you know what we should.
Everybody moaned at that trailer in my movie theater. By the way, they're like, "What is this?"
Every time it comes on, because we saw it during Joker too. I mean, I could feel the little Hellfire eye roll in the back of my head. I'm just like, oh god.
I was like, why is the Rhino there? What are you doing?
You know what we should do maybe in January for Patreon?
What? Rip it to shreds.
Well, no. I mean, we're gonna do a review on Capes, but no, for maybe rank Craven, Morbius, and Madam Web.
We can rank all the Sony Spider-Man.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, let's rank the Sony Spider-Man universe. I'm down.
But I'm just like, I don't know about the Spider-Man movies, and we know the Venom ones are gonna kill all the rest of them. So
Craven might surprise you. Might be surprised about my revamped thoughts on Morbius. I don't know. I think it happened.
Blue Blood.
You know, I'll be back to be able to be my full self.
Oh,
I might change my mind.
Oh, we got to do this now. Oh, Blue Blood, man, Blue Blood.
So you know, things might change when I can like freaking eat red meat again and drink alcohol the way I usually do. You know.
Maybe get some feedback from people. Ray will be like, I'm too busy to watch movies. Sydney Sweeney's in Madam Web. Oh, man.
What a travesty of cinema Madam Web was.
Sex on the mind.
I'd rather have an Uncle Ben story than that Madam Web. I'd rather watch him drive around saving people all day. Like, honest to God. Like, you know there was a better Madam Web story you could have told, right? Like, literally there's another Madam Web story you could have told. She was blonde and hot.
Oh, my.
But yeah, on that note, we got a whole nother show to do. So.
All right. So, yes, kids, send us your thoughts.
Shockingly positive. I know. It's scary.
Well, again, I mean, look at the competition this month. But, yes, it wasn't bad. I mean, again, it's not Shakespeare, but...
It wasn't, like I said, I was really shocked by the CGI budget.
Mm-hmm.
They had a ton of CGI people. That is the one nice thing about staying to read the credits. I mean, that's the biggest CGI special effects team I've seen in a really long time. They use light and magic still, and I'm like, good on you. Like, the people have really been shying away from light and magic for a while for cheaper prices, obviously. So I was really shocked that I was like a third Venom movie. They were still using industrial light and magic. Who knew?
And again, I think they're learning. They learned some things from those first two Venom movies, just how to do it.
I never thought the visuals were bad for the
No.
I really feel like they cut corners on Carnage.
I could see them stepping up their game each time. All right, so yeah, send us your thoughts on the Venom movie. We'll read it after the fact. The next 3 episodes of Capes and Lunatics, you're going to be getting some interviews, so strap yourselves in, and then.
You want to drop some names, or?
The very next episode you'll hear Kelly Thompson talking about Absolute Wonder Woman number 1. And then we will get to. All I'm thinking about is I'm going to force Lilith to do Craven at the end of the year.
Hey, what day does it come out? Because we might actually have to push that to January.
Oh yeah, I think this is like the middle of December.
Or you might have to get it from the airport or something. I don't know.
Oh my.
If it's the end of December, good luck, Chuck. You're getting an airport review.
It is December 13th.
Fine. You're getting an airport review.
I mean, unless you can find me someone to take your place.
I wouldn't wish it on Justin. He's already doing the Lord's work. Can't push it.
I mean, I mean, like I said,
Nope,
Dave.
You guys are just getting an airport review of Craven. It's fine.
Unless I see if Dave Finn can do it.
No, I'll be in Vegas. It's fine. I think I should. Hold on, let me look. The 13th. That's a Friday the 13th. Oh.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that a Friday?
Yeah, it's a Friday the 13th. If it's the 13th of December, it's Friday the 13th.
Oh, jeez. No wonder they dropped it.
Yeah, we could do Sunday the 15th, and I'll be in Vegas. That's fine. I'll be good and drunk. That's my old self.
Back to our old drunk self. Yes. So yes,
look forward to me ripping apart Craven on the 15th of December.
So yeah, next time Kelly Thompson talking absolute Wonder Woman #1, followed by Richie Acosta.
Great interview.
Yes, which we already recorded, and then and then I talked to Motaki Tomatsu about Kiva, the story of a dog's tale during the Fukushima disaster. So you know what that?
You never know what you're gonna get, bud. You never know what you're gonna get.
I know. But you know what that means? Early next year, we're gonna be getting episode 350 early next year.
Oh God, how are we gonna milk it like Marvel?
I don't know. Holograms all around. All right.
Get a special lenticular T-shirt, maybe.
I wish. All right. So send us your thoughts on all of them. Send us your thoughts on Venom. I'll read them. We'll read them somewhere. If not here on Spider-Cast, somewhere. Oh yes, and stay tuned for Ultimate Spider-Cast episode 300. As Lilith Hellfire and I say goodbye to Zeb Wells.
It's a going away party. It's a bon voyage party.
We got a lot of big anniversaries coming up. Ultimate Spider-Cast is hitting 300. Marvel Tales is hitting 100.
You and Justin talk a lot.
And then over on Sidekicks, Sector 2814 is about to hit 200 episodes.
Dang! Will's keeping you online over there, I see.
Yes. So, 3 shows hitting big numbers. So,
Feels like I don't know the meaning of pod fading. Sorry, it couldn't be me.
Nope. Just gotta power through it.
Pop your blue chew and go for it.
I have podcast Blue Chew. That's right. Anyway, email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES.
Oh, shout out to whoever was the 609th subscriber to Capes and Lilith all over on the YouTube, by the way.
I think we passed
Much
it
love from Lilith.
Lilith was very happy with that, yes. All right, so everyone...
I framed it. I framed the screenshot.
Oh, Jesus, I'm sure you did. Anyway, if you find all things Capes and Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise. Get your new Capes and Lunatics merch, the classic Capes and Lunatics merch. And again, if you don't want her to eat your brain, Rain ran the money on us through the Cash App link. Because, yes, Lilith is always hungry for brains.
Or chocolate. If you got a chocolate bar, I might spare you. I might.
So, yes, Rain ran the money on us through the Cash App link.
Make it rain.
Don't make us be dancing on that pole, especially in the Sonyverse, because...
Ooh, we could get a Morbius attack. It's all bad over there.
Symbiote attack, anything.
She looks like she was just working a
a rhino attack. I don't know.
Oh, jeez. And of course, the Patreon, where again you get exclusive, uncensored content every month. And if you are a patron, you can suggest topics for us to discuss. October, Lilith and I are talking a whole bunch of Halloween stuff, and I don't know if we have anything else planned yet. So yes, subscribe and request.
I hope you know what's going on.
What? I'm gonna play you. What are we doing for that episode? All right. So subscribe to the Patreon at patreon.com/CapesandLunatics, and you can always find everything at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network.
Vicious and brutal than ever.
Oh, you know what other annual tradition we're going to be getting here soon, Lilith? I'm going to be getting another drunk Justin unboxing video that he usually does at the end of the year. So new Justin drops coming soon.
Yes, Drunk Justin is hilarious.
Boo, long-haired Superman, boo.
Watch yourself, Justin.
I don't think so.
All right, and you can't get a hold of Lilith Hellfire, so yes, your whole family can suck it.
Your whole family can suck it.
Especially if they name you something stupid. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us again.
Get the puppet ready. There you go.
Yes, kids. Remember, come back next time. Kelly Thompson, Absolute Wonder Woman #1. We haven't scared her off yet. All right. But for another week, we have been your Capes. Lunatics. This is what I miss Charlie. There would have been one thing about this movie we didn't like. He would have defended it to the end of time.
We'll never know what Ben and Tristan thought of this.
No, this is why the symbiote needed to have super speed and lightning. All right, kids. Come back next time, and remember, eat some brains are good for you.